I'm Dennis Wirth of the Comedy Kitchen, and you just entered the oven. Welcome to the Comedy Kitchen. I am here with, I guess, comedy legend John Melendez, better known as Stuttering John. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dennis. I'm happy to be here. The Comedy Kitchen. You said there's an oven here? I can't see it.
The oven. Well, the fire department gave us trouble. We're cooking, don't you worry, man. But
what are we making today, Dennis?
We are making a kale smoothie.
A kale smoothie.
Which is cool if you got kids, because kids don't like their greens, and you can mix it up, and it kind of tastes like ice cream, and they have no idea they're eating their greens.
It doesn't look like you've had a lot of kale smoothies.
You know, that's why I'm trying to cut down, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's half the joke of the show. I like to cook, but I love to eat. But the eating's catching up with me, so.
I love your hat, though.
I love it. The chef hat's the trademark, all right?
Yeah, that's right after, you know. I'm stuttering here.
Stuttering? Are you nervous?
Ralph Cramden used to wear that. Can you Corey Apple? Remember that?
Way back when, the honeymooners. But you're best known for the Howard Stern show, so take us way back when. How did you get the gig on Howard Stern to begin with?
I was going to NYU, New York University, and a friend of mine, Mitch Fatel, happens to be a famous comic now, was interning. He was interning for Howard, and I asked him if he should ever leave, please hook me up with the gig, and thank God he got into a major car accident and couldn't come to work anymore. So
lucky for you, right?
And then Howard heard they had a stutterer who wanted to be an intern, and he said hire him, sight unseen. And that
just sounded funny, right?
Yeah. And then I started doing the interviews, and then it became something that Howard loved. The job I did, and then. I was with Howard for 15 years.
15? That's a long haul right there.
15 years with Howard, Robin, Jackie, and Fred, and Baba Booey.
And it was just geniuses at work?
Yeah.
Pretty much. All right, let's grab a cup of water here. You get your cups over there. You got a water there. You pour a cup of water in.
All right.
In one of the cups there. And pour it right on in here.
In here?
Right on in the blender. Bam. Yeah, in there. Then 1 cup.
So 1 cup.
And in the blender.
And in the blender.
Who does the cooking in your house, John?
Me.
You? All right. So you're
I'm divorced.
Little pro in the cooking?
I'm divorced.
Welcome to the club, brother.
Yeah. I was married for 13 years, 3 great years.
Yeah. Well, I made it 1 year of hell, but let's not talk about that. All right, man. But I don't know. Early on, your job on the Howard Stern show was to ask questions that had pissed people off. You were under orders. That what you were supposed to do. But what are some of your more memorable moments for you personally doing that?
I guess asking the Dalai Lama, do people go up to you and say hello, Dolly? Was one of my favorites. Asking ZZ Top, since they look Jewish, why aren't they called ZZ Dreidel? Let's see, I got strangled by Lou Reed for asking him if he still masturbated, and judging by his grip, he does.
The answer was yes.
I got punched by Raquel Welch for asking her, are they drooping yet? I think she hit me with the left one. And but my favorite response from anybody was Joan Rivers. I asked Joan, do you think ugly people should be allowed to have children? And she said no, and I told your parents that.
Well, Joan's just a genius. You're not going to get one on Joan, man. She was too quick. She was like lightning, right?
No, she was awesome.
But I saw Buster Poindexter came after you one time, I believe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Morton Downey Jr., that's who it was. Morton, he got really pissed at you one time.
Yeah, I asked him if he saved his warts that he had removed in a pickle jar. He got pretty pissed off.
And he got offended by that. I would imagine that. Well, who would have thought that? I don't know. All right. So
we got some water in a blender.
So far, that's healthy so far, right? We need a cup of kale. We got our cup. We got our kale.
All right.
Don't stab me, but let me grab you a better knife.
All right. I could just probably go like this, right?
Maybe, you might want to dice it up a little bit.
All right, so I diced it up?
Yeah, maybe get the stems off there. We want to go for the greens there, because the greens are the good stuff.
The greens are the good stuff.
There you go.
So we'll put all those in there.
We'll get a cup in there.
Get a cup. I love kale. Kale is a very, very healthy vegetable.
It's one of the healthiest things you can eat, they say. Yeah. All right, pack it down there.
Pack it down. Should I put some more in there?
Maybe a little tiny more there.
Yeah. You know a lot about kale, huh?
There we go. Throw it in there.
All right, throw it in.
We're getting there slowly but surely. All right.
Throw it in there, and then we got a show tonight, right?
We got a show for Joke in the Box Comedy Club right here where we're filming in the lovely town of Leominster.
And I hear there's another stutterer that's booked.
Anthony Brooks, he's the stuttering comic. 2
stutterers on the show. This is going to be the longest comedy show in the history of comedy.
Well, what can they expect if they come out to a Stuttering John show? What can they expect for a night of comedy?
All right, so we got the kale, we got the
water.
Now what?
What are they going to expect of the show, the comedy show? What do they expect at the comedy show? What do they come to see Stuttering John at a comedy show?
Oh, they are going to
What do
hear
they get?
about everything from Howard Stern to Jay Leno to being married to childbirth.
So you don't hold back.
childbearing.
You talk about.
I talk about everything from my hemorrhoids to my constant Viagra taking, everything.
Whatever's on your mind.
Yes.
All right. We do 2 bananas. Here's a banana for you, a banana for me.
All right,
And,
banana.
Let's chop those up a little bit and throw them in there.
Chop it up.
A little tiny
Gotta love
bit.
your banana.
Sure.
All right, we throw that in there.
Yeah. So you were also on the radio show part of it. What are some of your favorite memories from the radio show, the Howard Stern radio show?
Oh God, there was a lot. I mean, Howard was, was so talented and
Genius.
Yeah, he is a genius, and just being on the air and making him laugh, goofing on Baba Booey was always great. Pulling pranks on Scott the Engineer was always fun. I'll never forget, one of my favorite moments was I would come back from a comedy show with Artie Lang, and I would go over like the rundown of what Artie ate, which was like
Anything?
yeah. I mean,
Not healthy like the comedy.
Oh no,
kitchen,
we went to a Steak and Shake, and I swear I think he ordered half the menu. It was just like
I heard he could eat like a large pizza by himself.
yeah, it was like 5 burgers and and chili and fries and then onion rings. Anyway, I went on the air and told that story, and then I told the story about how I drank Tropicana OJ and it was full of maggots.
Oh, jeez.
And I kept gagging every time I told the story. And then Artie started goofing at me, thinking I was trying to get a lawsuit going with Tropicana.
Oh, jeez.
And it was my favorite hour of the radio show.
An instant
of Artie
Chuck,
and I.
right? Yeah.
Of Artie and I. We were partners in crime.
A lot of good memories on those shows right there. All right, so we need a quarter a cup of dates, okay? So we got our dates over there. We got to get the seeds out of those.
Well, it's about time I had a date.
So, but before we do that, we got to soak them actually. But we got to get the seeds out. So why don't you pull a couple out?
So I pull a couple of dates out of here.
There you go. If you're looking for a date, you can find one in Leominster real easy. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah.
And you just want to squeeze the pit out the inside.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze the pit comes out.
Okay. And then what?
And then just set it in the water there because we're going to soak them a little bit before we put
All
them.
right.
All right. We go.
Okay, I haven't ate a date. Don't go there.
You've been out on a few dates, right?
Don't go there.
Hey, what you do on a date's your business, John. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some guys have an exciting date, and some guys,
All right.
we got about a quarter of a cup there, right? Of course we do.
Oh yeah, I think
All
so.
right, let's let them soak for a little bit
All right,
there.
let the date soak.
All right, this is the Comedy Kitchen part of the show. We have funny food questions, okay?
Okay.
Ready for funny food question?
Yes.
All right, if you're going to go to an Asian restaurant, okay?
Yep.
What's one of the funniest names you could think of to name your Asian restaurant? If you're going to open one up.
If it's half Asian, half Jewish, so sue me.
Sumi? Let's take a look at what this guy named his over here. We'll let that speak.
I fuck you.
Ifaku, which could be
Ifaku.
pronounced differently if you took it the wrong way, but
yeah.
would you eat there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You gotta wonder what they're serving for food, right? At
Yeah.
Ifaku, sure, yeah, let's go with that. All right, well,
All right. Soup of some young guy.
maybe it's good food. I don't know. It's a catchy name. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
you're getting somebody's attention with that stuff right there. All right. So we try to do different stuff here on the Comedy Kitchen. All right, you want to do
Okay.
something different?
Yes.
What do you say we give the president a call? You want to do that? We'll call the president.
yeah, we should do
We'll
that.
We should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy to do.
All right. Well, I know the FBI is looking for you or something, but
Secret
what
Service-
can you say about it?
I
Tell the
can say
people.
anything now. I hired Avenatti. You
You got the best. Get the best, right?
Yeah, but Secret Service came and knocked on my door. I pranked Donald Trump and Jared Kushner. They called me an Air Force One. I impersonated.
You actually got connected to Air Force One.
Air Force One, yes.
And it wasn't as hard as you thought it would be?
No. Jared Kushner called me.
Really?
Thinking I was Senator Bob Menendez, and then so I didn't have to go to Jared. He came to me, and then I had a 5-minute conversation with Donald Trump, and he's thinking that Senator Bob
And he's
Menendez.
met you before, right?
Yes,
Donald Trump has
I
met
know.
you. He knows you.
I mean, look, do you hear this Long Island accent? I don't sound.
And he thought you were him the whole time still.
I don't sound senatorial. I sound janitorial.
That's right. Okay, but what happened? I mean, so the Secret Service called. They wanted to meet with you,
Came
or
and
what?
knocked on my door, and then I wasn't home. The kids told me they were there, and then I called them. They said they wanted to meet with me. I said, do you want to interview me or arrest me? They said, we can't tell you that. So then I said,
give us some information, we'll throw you in jail, right?
And then I said, should I bring an attorney? They said, it's up to you. And then I called Avenatti, and then he got me out of it.
Canceled that appointment, right? Real
Yes,
long, right?
canceled that appointment. But so far, but now he has Omarosa and Stormy Daniels, talking about his told
stories, right?
Yeah, so I think he has other things to worry about than
So you always got that one on the resume that you got through to Air Force One.
Air Force One, man. I'm the prankster.
But that's from your podcast. So
I should be the host of Impractical Jokers.
That's right. See him. Get the guy on. But you do your own podcast.
Get rid of Joey Fat One and put Stuttering John on there.
Tell him about your podcast. What do you got going on?
The Stuttering John podcast. That's where I did prank the president. That's where it's all started. Stuttering John podcast. You get it on iTunes.
Where do they tune in?
Awesome.
Just
It's
iTunes
free.
they tune in? How do they tune in?
It's free. We have guests on, and we've had Howie Mandel on. We've had Kathy Griffin told me to fuck off, but
you got a website or something?
yeah, you can go to stutteringjohnmelendez.com.
Okay, so there's a link they can tune in from there.
And that's where you can see all my comedy dates.
Comedy dates, the comedy kitchen dates, whatever you want.
All right, these are soaking in there.
They're soaking. We need a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Half a teaspoon.
I'm gonna throw that right in.
Of vanilla extract. Vanilla extract.
I can tell you've been in the kitchen before, man. Some people, they don't know what they're doing, but not you.
Extract. Well, no, I have to take
you know how to peel the top off. See, most people, they got no idea, but you're going at it.
All right.
Right on in. Bam. All right.
Just a half, huh?
Half, that's it. Well, keep out the half because we need a half teaspoon of ginger. You got the ginger right over there.
Oh,
throw a little bit
ginger.
of that in there.
I was more of a Marianne
Ginger,
fan.
Marianne.
Yeah.
Both at the same time.
Yeah.
Take them out on a date.
Who hasn't fantasized about that?
Hey, why? You can eat them like dates. No, I'm kidding. All right. But,
all right, there's the ginger.
All right, next thing coming up is I know you recently released a book. Tell us a little bit about the book.
It's coming out.
It's coming out, okay.
Soon.
So what do we got to look forward to?
October 16th or early November. Oh, all the stories of the Stern Show, the behind the scenes, all the stories of the Tonight Show behind the scenes, and the funny Jay Leno stuff, and the reason why Jay almost had me thrown out of the rehearsal studio.
So is it a true tell-all? You didn't hold back? You told everything?
I
or
tell
was there some
everything.
stuff, I don't want to offend nobody?
No, Howard's not going to be happy, I'm sure. But Bowie's definitely not going to be happy.
Well, they never are anyway.
Fred's
so
not going to be happy, but Fred never is. Even Jackie might not be happy. I don't know.
You don't know who your friends are after this book? No?
I won't have any friends after this book.
No more friends after, but it's the truth.
No.
That's what people want is the truth, right?
Yeah, it's all true. It's all...
Like when Motley Crue put out The Dirt, they gave the truth.
Yeah, the book is called Easy for You to Say.
All right, where can they get Amazon? Or
Amazon. I think it's number 2 on Amazon right now in pre-orders.
Oh.
So Easy for You to Say is coming out. And Dennis, I know you don't know how to read, but we'll have someone read it for you.
Well, hey, my eyesight's not as good with the diabetes, you know what I'm saying? But from a distance, we're good.
Do you have diabetes?
I'm pre-diabetic. I'm like right borderline. I do got to watch what I eat, but I don't have to poke myurself yet every morning, so that's good news.
All right, well, you got to have some of this kale salad.
We're getting there, man. All right.
Kale shake.
Why don't we hit the quarter of the cup of dates in there?
How did you learn how to make this?
Boom, boom, boom. There's all kinds of, Mom is everybody thinks I cook. Mom is the best cook. I grew up eating some of her stuff.
Apparently.
Apparently she's a good cook. I took over. Now I look up recipes online, and I love to eat. If it sounds good, I say, hey, let's make that and eat it, man. So I'm all sure. But we are doing a show tonight for Joke in the Box Comedy Club. You're headlining, but who are some of the comics who inspired you early on?
Wouldn't it be great if your name was Lester? And then
Lester?
And then when you sign a job application, it would be worth less?
Worth less? I heard that a few times in school. I got a few jokes on that one. But
all right, so what were you asking?
Who were the comics who inspired you as a kid that made you want to try comedy?
Wow, that's a good. Steve Martin is my favorite, and Richard Jenny is awesome.
And I know personally the guy I got involved with comedy, Sam Kinison. You were a good friend of his.
I have a lot of stories about Sam in my book.
Give us a story about Sam. Best story about Sam.
We hung out at the China Club, and he took me into a bathroom stall, and kids, this is not for you, but
the secrets of Sam.
He had me, he opened up a page full of cocaine.
Okay.
And I hadn't seen that much pot before, and then he said, do a few lines. I did a few lines, and then he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a little pill that was like with green and red dots. He says, if you get real crazy, take one of these.
And that was the 80s. Everybody was doing it.
And then he left the bathroom and heard Arsenio Hall was coming and went upstairs and started strangling.
Did you get crazy? He got crazy, not you.
Yeah, but he strangled Arsenio Hall
Really?
at the Club because Arsenio had made jokes about his brother.
Oh, yeah, you don't joke about that stuff.
Yeah.
That wasn't cool, but...
And I slept at Sam's in Malibu, and then I woke up the next morning, and I heard two familiar voices, and I look down from the landing. I see Sam and Buddy Hackett with their guns out there exchanging gun stories.
Oh, geez.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you carry your guns out there. But
Yeah.
I remember you saying Sammy used to, even when he was a big star and you weren't, he treated you like you were one of the guys.
Always.
He never separated you from the stars.
He would introduce me to like Julian Lennon and Katie Seagal, like I was the funniest guy on the planet.
There you go.
Like he was the best.
I always said, when you make it big, don't ever forget where you came from. And that's cool that he did.
Sam was one of the best.
I've had a lot of big comics on, and they never forgot where they came from, so that's cool. All right, we need to have a cup of unsalted cashew nuts, which we got over there.
Half a cup of
unsalted cashew nuts.
Unsalted. Why not the salt?
Because if you're diabetic like me, you don't want too much salt. We're trying for health here. We're not so much going for. But what's cool about this is it actually comes out tasting like ice cream. And if you got kids who don't like kale, they won't eat their greens. Once it's blended up, they don't even know there's kale in there. So if you want to fool your kids, right on in there. Bam.
Right on in there.
All right, we're looking good. All right.
How'd you learn how to make this?
I look online. I find stuff online, and if it sounds good, and this sounded good, all right, we want to get as much ice as we can in here without going overboard. And I'd say that's about it right there.
All right.
All right, we're going to put the top on here. You want the honors, or you want me to do the honors?
Yeah, you can do it, Dennis.
All right, I'm going to do the honors. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I'm not. Let's turn it on. There we go. Blend it up, baby. Twist and shout. Come on, baby, now. Twist it on out. Starting to look good?
Yeah, it looks good. I wish, it looks a lot better than you sound singing.
That's right. Anything's better than that, but hey, no, man, it's green. It looks healthy. Looks like Kermit the Frog kind of made it or something. Miss Piggy, something like that. Who knows? And you know what? I went and saw Willie Nelson last night, and I was drinking something not so healthy, but great show by Willie. We got our little guitars I brought back.
Oh,
and, these cool or what? So we're going to pour a little bit in here.
Good old Willie.
But what do you got coming up in the future in comedy? Let us know. What are the Stuttering John fans got to look forward to?
Ever since the Trump phone call, we signed a production deal with the company.
So it got you work.
Avenatti said to me I should lay low for a while. So he said, don't poke the bear.
Right.
And so our show is going to be called Poking the Bear.
Poking the bear, right? So you're doing the opposite.
And it's me doing a lot of the crazy Stuttering John type things like I used to do.
All right. So we're going to put a straw in here. We're going to put a straw in here.
All right.
All right. Let's give it a shot.
All right,
cheers,
Dennis.
brother.
Skull.
That is good. Wow, yeah.
Delicious.
I could drink that all day. And the kids will never know there's greens in here.
That is really good, Dennis.
It is good stuff, man. It's a good, quick recipe. Didn't take long to make, and it's good stuff. But before we go, John,
this is so healthy.
There you go. See, you're going to see I'm going to be his size. I'm going to shrink right down to John's size before we know it.
You were my size. You were my size when you were born.
Well, the before and after.
You came out of the womb my size.
Before we go, I think it's important when I get the big stars on, I try to ask them. There's a lot of young comics out there, the Boston area, everywhere. They look up to guys like you. They want to travel the road you've traveled. You had some advice for the young comics coming up. What would your advice?
Never listen to the naysayers. Don't ever feed into the word can't. Look, I'm a stutterer. I became the announcer on The Tonight Show. Come on. And what's wrong with the people at The Tonight Show? They hire a stutterer to be their announcer. That's like entrusting Charlie Sheen with your coat.
Don't ever let him kick it when you're down. All right.
Don't ever let, you believe in yourself. Kids, believe in yourself. Even if don't believe in anyone saying you can't and you're a loser and all that stuff.
You're gonna get kicked down, man.
Howard called me a loser almost every day of my life. It doesn't bother me.
Look at you now. You're on the Comedy Kitchen. So
exactly.
Screw Howard, man. You made it. Yeah, brother.
That's right. And I'm drinking KALE salad with Dennis Wirth. Dennis Wirth.
That's Wirth more. That's right. All right. Before we go, we got a mascot on the Comedy Kitchen, John.
A mascot?
And we're gonna end off the show with this. His name's Bobo Banana. He's our banana on the street.
Oh.
He's at a local restaurant doing food reviews.
Oh, really?
And you know where we sent him? You're actually friends with our director, Jeff Sylvia.
I fuck you?
And I wish we could have sent him there, but you're friends with Jeff and his wife Shannon, right?
Yeah, I'm staying at their house.
And you're staying with them.
Yeah.
Well, she actually owns a bakery right here in Leominster.
Oh yeah, Shancakes.
Shancakes. They got a new location. Let's check out Bobo. What he's got to say. All right, we are down here at the new Shancakes location on Main Street in Leominster, Massachusetts. We are here with Bobo Banana, and are they open yet, Bobo? Not yet. Are you looking forward to them opening?
Thumbs up. All right, get ready for some new goodies from Shancakes.
All right, coming soon. Main Street in Leominster, the new Shancakes.
Bobo was, he was speechless over there. He was speechless.
He didn't know what to say. He's so happy about the food, but she was on Central Street. She has some great food, so I'm looking forward to that opening.
I'm staying at Jeff and
Has she cooked for you?
No, but they do have some chickens and turkey. I'm hoping to have
so maybe you can cook one of those up. You're not getting that by Shannon. No way. Those are babies, man. I know. She loves her chickens. All right, John.
Those turkeys are looking good.
All right. You going to make this at home for somebody? Now you got a new recipe, man. You're sucking it down. You're hungry, man. That's good. So it's got to be good.
Yeah, they don't feed me at challenge.
John, I want to thank you for being on the Comedy Kitchen. I want to thank the crew. I thank the studio audience. I thank the people at home. Till next time.
Thank you very much.
Eat well, laugh well.
Come to the show tonight.
Come on out. Good night.